Welcome. Yeah, a surprise review today because look what I've got. Yes, Transformers Legends LG-17 Blackarachnia. And I've just had a look on YouTube to see if anyone else has reviewed it, and apparently not. So, is this the first review of this toy on YouTube? Could very well be. So, lightning strikes twice on my channel. Yes, I managed to be the first to get Toy World Spear done, and now Legends Blackarachnia. Yeah, I got an email earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday, from Kapow Toys saying, oh, your order has been dispatched. And I thought, oh, I wonder what it could be, because I've got a bunch of things on pre-order with Kapow, including some stuff on pre-order deposits that Kapow is taking a dog's age to get in stock. Yes. So I found it says, oh, your Blackarachnia's been shipped. What? I only pre-ordered this like 2 weeks ago, and I'd been looking at getting this figure for quite a while. I saw an episode of Radio Free Cybertron where they were talking about these the figures, the Legends figures, and they said, well, this is going to be a target for the eBay scalpers when it comes out, because they're going to be snapping these up and flogging them for like $70-80 on eBay, because they're going to be popular. So I thought, well, okay, in that case, I'm going to go on Kapow and I'm going to pre-order it. So I did, and literally 2 weeks later, it turns up. Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the box. Sorry about my lighting; it's too shiny. Anyway, Japanese figures come in a proper cardboard box, and we go around. You got the Predacon symbol and a half of her robot mode. On the back, got pictures of the robot and the toy, and a load of Japanese bump at the bottom. It comes with one of those funny sort of comic things, which I will show you in a bit. And then you got this artwork on the other side where she's got a massive pair of bazonkas. Typical Japanese perverts. Anyway, yeah, and stuff on the bottom, stuff on the top. Anyway, that's the box. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Right, before we get into the figure, a quick look at the instructions manual. Now, it comes with some rather nice artwork on there, with the rather large rack that she's sporting there. Typical Japanese perverts. On the back, you've got tech spec and some product shots of the toy. And being a Legends figure, comes with a comic strip, which is obviously all in Japanese, can't really understand much of it, but it's quite funny. The bit I especially like is this panel here, where you've got Chromia in a bunny suit, RC in a French maid outfit, and Windblade in a Sailor Moon outfit. And you've got a rather slinky picture of Blackarachnia over here. Obviously the instructions are on the other side. And here she is in her spider mode. Now she comes packaged in spider mode. She has the little retractable web thing like the animated one did. And she's got 8 legs. The rear legs are made up out of her robot legs. The middle legs are made up out of her robot arms. And these front legs are made out of some soft rubbery plastic. They do have like a rotational joint there and a hinge joint there. They do hinge individually of each other, and these front ones have another joint which goes in and out a bit. You've got the mandibles at the front, which are on ball joints. They only go down so far. They can come up and they can move to the side a little bit. Made out of transparent plastic. Joints on this toy are very tight, especially the ball joints on the arms. So the legs can move up. they can move down. It's on ball joint, so you've got a fair range of movement on those middle limbs, and the back limbs do that, and they do that. The weapon is removable. If you look underneath, you've got visible head syndrome and visible hand syndrome on the legs. That's the spider mode. It's alright, it's pretty good. I would have liked them to have made the red hourglass symbol on the back, though. Alright, a little bit of paint could quite easily turn that into an hourglass symbol. She's got light piping on her spider eyes around this bit here, and moderately articulated for a spider bot, but it does kind of captures the look of her animated mode, even though the animated version, her legs were just thin, spindly black things. And the main difference was the hourglass symbol on the back. Considering they used the animated mould for this, they have taken a few liberties in making it work for this particular version of the character, but I think it sort of pulls it off in spider mode. So anyway, on to transformation. Now, I've just had a bit of a play. This is my second attempt at recording this video, because the first one I made a right hash of it. So let's have a go. Now the legs, start off with the legs. You turn this bit around, and then you pull that out, and then the toe. Again on the other side, spin it round, pull that out, and then the toe. You bring the legs back. Now the torso, you need to bring it up, get the chest plate, slide it up into position, bring the head up, turn it round, put that bit, fold that bit in. Now these rubbery legs, you spin them round on this twisty joint, and then you fold them up the back. Spin them round, and then fold them up the back, so they kind of look like that. And then it's just the arms. You just spin that round, turn that round, turn that round. Now you do have to spin these round as well as part of the transformation, but there you have her in her robot mode. There are a couple of things on this toy that I don't particularly like. Most notable of which is this gap here. I mean, if I get the light behind, you'll be able to see it there. Yeah, you've got a gap in her neck, which is a bit inexcusable. They could have this collar round the top here. They could have extended it a little bit so that it covered that up. In the Beast Wars show, she didn't have hands. She had like little stripy pincer things. Now you can sort of do that by folding these down, but it only gives you half a pincer. You'd need the one for the other side. Again, that's a liberty that was taken because they used the animated mould for this rather than, you know, making a completely new mould for it. She has got quite a fulsome chest, which is the transparent spider mandibles folded up. But the head sculpt is, quite frankly, the star of the this particular figure. They've really captured the look of the her head from the original character from the Beast Wars show. It's fantastic. It really does look like her. It's made out of a block of light piping, so, but as you can see, the light piping does work. Articulation wise, she's pretty much all ball joints. She's ball joints here, ball joints here, ball joints here, the pivot here. Mostly ball joints. The ball joints are very stiff, especially the shoulder ones. Also, the ball joint for the head is ridiculously stiff because the head is on this thing here. When you try to move the head, it more often than not moves that, and you can see the gap there. Anyway, so the head, it's on a ball joint. It goes all the way around. It has got a cut so you can get her looking upwards. And if you wanted to look down, then you can just tilt that forwards a bit and she can look down. It's just a shame that that isn't a bit stiffer or the ball joint is a little bit looser. Shoulders, they go out that far. They go all the way round. They're on ball joints. Elbows, it's got about a 90 degree on the elbow, and obviously the ball joint acts as a lower bicep swivel. It does have these bits here which you can have in the forwards or the back position. I prefer to have them forwards because it looks more like her original show model, CGI model, where it has the pincers. Now, she does have a waist swivel, but these bits here clout on this when you try to turn it, as you can see there. But because of the way she's designed, she does have an ab crunch. Just there. Lower half, ball jointed. Leg go forward that far. Now it does, this piece here does foul, but you can lift it up if you want to get the legs to go back even further. They're ball jointed, so you know you've got they only go out about that far. And then the knees go about that far and go that forwards. So our articulation's a bit weird. In order to get it to balance, you have to have the legs in like an S shape like that. But she's got enough articulation to be getting on with, to allow you to pose. Now, size comparisons. I think we'll start with Waspinator, as he's a fellow Beast Wars character. I think she's a little bit taller than Waspinator. And here she is next to Masterpiece Exhaust. And I think the one size comparison that we all want to see is her next to Beast Wars Silverbolt. pull the wings down. Now, as you can see, she's quite a bit taller than him, at least a head and neck taller than he is. This guy is the main reason why I bought her, because I've had Beast Wars Silverbolt since about 2007, about September 2007 was when I picked him up. So I've had him for a good number of years, and he's been sat on my windowsill just about ever since. And I got him way before I became a Transformers collector. And then I heard this gal was coming out, I had to get her to go with him, because part of the reason why I bought him is because I love him as a character from the Beast Wars show, and the way he carries on as being the shining knight, and then trying to convert Blackarachnia from the dark side to the maximal way, and it's really fantastic. But yeah, they do sort of go well together. They really need to do an update of this guy. I would love to see a Generation Silverbolt, like a Voyager scale Silverbolt, where they bring the mould up to date, get a lot more articulation, especially on the wings, do away with the stupid, you know, flapping wing gimmick, and give him more articulation so he can bring the wings down like a cape at the back, or swing them forward so he can use them like a shield like he does in the show, or shoot his feather missiles off. But yeah, they do sort of go together, even though Silverbolt really would have to be standing on a box. And another thing wrong with this mould, I think the head's too small. You look at the size of his head compared to hers. Yeah. She does have, obviously, the this thing. Now there's a pegging port on the inside of her arms for it to go. It doesn't actually fit in her hand as such, so it kind of pegs into her arm, like so, which looks a bit stupid. And there we go. Transformers Legends LG-17 Blackarachnia. She's looks great, looks fantastic. I mean, she wouldn't look out of place on your shelf. Articulation's a bit fiddly on it. Not really the sort of toy you want to play with too much. Bit disappointed with the gappy neck as well. And I wish they could have gone a little bit further with the remould and given her proper pincers like she had in the show. But it's a decent representation of the figure, and probably the best one we've had yet, even though the animated one is still, you know, pretty good as well. So yeah, Transformers, Beast Wars, Legends, Blackarachnia, LG-17. It's alright. That's been me, TFR Wilderness, signing off. Goodbye.